Well, the federal government likes to talk about how many immigrants it wants to the country, which is currently set at 300,000, but it virtually never talks about how many non-permanent residents are here or temporary residents. And that number has doubled in 10 years and has quadrupled in 20 years. So there's now 900,000 temporary residents here who are called, the technical term is non-permanent resident. And they bring benefits to the country. But one thing that politicians are not talking about is what they're doing to the housing market, and specifically the rental market, because they're temporary, they're pretty well all renters. So there's 140,000 temporary residents in Metro Vancouver, and they're all looking for rent, and we have a rental crisis here. And I've talked to some people, specialists in the area, and they recognize this is a problem. Like SFU's Wu Ki-wan says, it's good, we get spin-off economic benefits from temporary residents, but there's no doubt they're increasing the competition for rent. They're raising rent, and the rental market rate here vacancy rate is ridiculously low, worse than Canada. There's Gary Liu of the Housing for Action for Local Taxpayers group. It also says foreign students in Metro Vancouver is a big issue, and they are raising rents around the colleges and universities. He'd like foreign students to know there's lots of good universities in Canada that are outside Metro Vancouver and outside of Toronto, like in Calgary and Montreal, and that it's a lot more affordable for students there. And he urges them just to look around a bit. Canada's a big country, and that the foreign student dollar does go farther outside of Vancouver particularly.